Hey, I'm ChristopherJMUA and welcome back to my channel. Unless you've never been here, of course, then welcome. I'm very glad you've stopped by. So I figure a lot of people have seen the videos going around where beauty YouTubers pick a friend or family member to pick out all the products for their full face of makeup. And that is exactly what I've done today. I picked my boyfriend, Mark, to pick out all of the products for my full face of makeup. He had no help from me, well, maybe like 1 or 2 hints, but just a little bit, like not very much. Just a couple of hints from me to pick out every product we needed to create my full face of makeup. If you don't know who Mark is, or if you've never seen him before, I'll link a video right up here so that you can see who he is. He's been on my channel before a couple of times, and each time was a very unique experience, let's say. He's amazing to me, and I love him so very much. But we made a trip to Ulta together. I played cameraman, and he played shopper, and it was so much fun. So if you want to see my boyfriend pick out my full face of makeup from Ulta, see what he got me, and watch me put it on, then just keep on watching. So I have everything right here that we got. It is a very large bag of products. But before we get into the products, I want you to see the kind of experience we had at Ulta beforehand. I've got to admit, it was pretty fun to watch him walk around trying to remember A, the full face of products, everything that I would use, and B, what products I would want. Because even though he watches every video I put out for support, that doesn't necessarily mean that he knows every product that I use and every product that I prefer. He doesn't use makeup, he doesn't play with makeup, he doesn't know makeup. He just knows what I've shown him and what I've kind of taught him along the way, I guess. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you the footage from us at Ulta, and then we'll meet right back here to open up this bag. Hey guys, we are here at Ulta. So Mark can pick out my full face. We obviously don't have a videographer, so it's gonna be me, but I'm not giving any hints. I'm not telling him anything at all. I'm just gonna be watching him pick out my full face of makeup.
So do I have to shade match you too?
I mean, I can pretty much tell you what shade if you decide on the foundation.
Number 4. But number 1 is like really light. So either 1 or 2. But I don't know. 1 or 2.
Okay.
Shade coat setting powder. You got some shade coat stuff.
I do.
There's powder. It's not your color. Almost the exact same color too. Universal color. Where did I get this? Mascara, foundation, concealer, brows, pencil, and something. So we need some eyeshadow, and we need some bronzer and some blush. This one's brand new. Let's get it. How expensive is it? $24. So we need to put. Okay, so we need to put the highlighter back.
Okay.
Because I just found 3-in-1. Or not. Is that what this is? Let's get this mascara to go with that eyeliner.
Okay.
Tarte Sonoma Kitchen. They're fairly full.
Look at that Tarte center of attention. Okay, so as you could see, he definitely had no clue half the time where he was going or what he was getting. I literally had to pull him away from sections because he was staying within the same 2 rows, starting to pick out all the same makeup. And I didn't want him to stick with like all Benefit or all Tarte. I wanted him to kind of vary it up and change it up just a little bit so we could have some variation in the routine, you know? But it was fun though. I think he did a really good job. I don't know exactly what he missed. I guess we'll figure it out as we go. But we're gonna go ahead and empty this bag and get started. Now I'll say beforehand that since we forgot to plant our money tree this year and we can't just pluck money off whenever we want, anything that he picked up that I already had, right before we checked out, I took it out of the pile of makeup because if I already had it, there was no reason to buy it again. But I didn't want to tell him as he was going through picking everything that I did have something already. I only noticed one thing that he did pick that I had already, and I actually think that was all. So he did a really good job at not picking stuff that I already had. So I'm really proud of him for that because he at least pays attention to most of the products I do have. The first product we got is the Urban Decay De-Slick Complexion Primer. It says it has shine control, it's pore minimizing, and it's mattifying. I like all 3 of those things. And this one was $36. I love Urban Decay. Typically, I've never tried one of their products I didn't like. I especially love their liquid liners. It looks like the Naked foundation. But that's what it looks like itself. What does it say? How to use it? For the directions, it says dispense a small amount, a little goes a long way. Pat, don't rub onto skin before foundation or powder, focusing on oily areas. De-Slick dries down invisibly, so it's great for midday touch-ups too. I don't really have a problem with oil. Usually I'm more dry than anything, so I'm interested to see how this is gonna play out with it saying shine control. So it said to use just a little bit. So I'm just gonna pump maybe a dime size amount. I don't know how much a little bit means. Oh, okay, so 1 pump. That seems like a little bit. That was definitely mattifying, for sure. Like I have no shine at all. I don't know if I had any shine to begin with. I don't think I did. Maybe just a little bit because I was all natural today, but no shine at all. Now I think that's it for the primer, so we're gonna go ahead and move on to the foundation. The foundation Mark picked out for me is the Benefit Hello Happy Flawless Brightening Foundation. And it's so cute! The little heart happy face. This is the mini, not the full size, because A, he didn't know if the shade was gonna match, and B, he didn't know if I was gonna like it and continue using it, so he didn't want to pay for a full size if I wasn't. The mini is 33 ounces, and this was $15. So the directions are: apply liberally 15 minutes before sun exposure, reapply at least every 2 hours, use a water-resistant sunscreen if swimming or sweating, children under 6 months of age, ask a doctor. Is this a tinted moisturizer? Medium coverage liquid foundation, SPF 15 sunscreen. It almost sounds like it's a tinted moisturizer if you're supposed to reapply it. I guess they just have to say that for the sun exposure requirements. It doesn't say how I'm supposed to apply it. Just tells me the shade and that it's a flawless brightening foundation. It says that it has photochromic pigments, instantly adapts to brighten skin in any lighting. It has flower acids to help boost radiance, and it has hyaluronic acid, which helps keep skin hydrated. I do love some hyaluronic acid. And here's the actual container. It looks like a happy little man, like a little soldier. I love it. I don't have a sponge wet, so I guess I'm just gonna use a brush. I'm just gonna use the Morphe S94 buffing brush, and we'll see how that works with a foundation. Something I'm noticing with that primer though is on top of my nose I have like this, I don't know, I wouldn't say like crusty skin, but like it looks like dry flaky skin. It's not dry flaky skin, it's just the primer, but that's kind of happening up there, and I'm not a fan of that happening, which that could be because I have normal to dry skin already. I don't really have too much oil that needs to be sucked up, and I think that's what that primer is supposed to do. But here we go with the foundation. I think he did pretty decent on the shade matching. So far, so good. It is very light coverage, medium. It is very medium coverage. And it's a little more tan than I am. So that was 2 pumps. So I'm gonna go ahead and add another 2 pumps and finish the other side. Now foundation is completely applied. Obviously this foundation is a tad warm for my skin tone. I look maybe a little Oompa Loompa-y. But if I keep swimming in the pool as much as I have been lately, maybe I'll actually get up to this warmth in my skin tone. So it might match soon. Don't know yet. Now the next product that Mark picked out is the Benefit Boing Hydrating Concealer. I don't know why they named it that, what that's for, but that's what it's called. It's Boing Hydrating Concealer. This was $22 and obviously claims to be hydrating. It says hide and hydrate. This hard-working hydra smoothing concealer with vitamin E and apple seed extract hides dark circles, visibly smooths fine lines, and keeps skin hydrated for 6 hours. Sheer coverage. How is this gonna cover my dark circles with sheer coverage? I don't know if I believe that yet. Packaging, also very cute. I saw him pick this out and I saw that it said sheer coverage and I was like, ugh, that is not my Shape Tape. But we're gonna give it a shot, see what happens. Oh, it's cute. It looks like, I don't know, is that a bullet? Surely that's not a bullet. That's not very benefit-y if it's a bullet. I don't know what that is. It's cute though. Oh, that's weird. So obviously it's like a stick concealer, but it's got 2 layers in it. It's got a clear outside with a peach colored inside. Okay, so the inside is the light diffusing skin smoothing concealer, and the outside, the clear stuff, is the vitamin E and apple seed extract hydrator. That's interesting. I've never seen a concealer like this before. It's very creamy. It took a second to start like breaking down to where it was actually smooth feeling, but now it is. It's really weird to apply. It smells like lipstick. Wow, that's weird, or like Play-Doh. Okay, concealer applied, now time to blend it out. I'm gonna use the Morphe M173 brush to blend it out, or try to. I don't know how this is gonna work at all. All right, the concealer is now blended out. We are now on to powder, and I'm going to set this concealer in the hopes that it's going to kind of bring everything together again and make everything uniform. For the powder, Mark picked up the Tarte Shape Tape Setting Powder. He got the shade Translucent, and this is part of their double duty beauty line. I'm assuming this is like just the Shape Tape setting powder. It makes sense. And this was $34. I can still smell that concealer. The smell is very stout. Ooh, the packaging on this is really pretty. I love that. Oh, I love when you open this up, it has a mirror in it, but it also has the little powder puff. A lot of powders nowadays don't have the puff and they won't have a mirror. You just open the top and then you put the powder into the top. I like this though. I like the mirror and the powder puff so it can be mobile. So you can take it in a makeup bag and not have to like deal with having the mess. I prefer that actually. And when you open it up, it has a full sifter in it. So it's not just the like 5 holes or whatever. And I'm gonna be using my Morphe Jeffree Star JS2 under eye powder brush. And and I'm only setting everywhere I put concealer. Actually, I just realized that I don't have a pressed powder, so I am gonna go in with this translucent powder all over my face, but I'm gonna just use this big Morphe M106 brush and just lightly set everywhere. You know, so far I'm actually really enjoying this powder. It's actually very blurring and it looks really nice on the skin. It's very smooth. It's finely milled enough that it sits nicely in all of the cracks and crevices. Ugh, I'm never going to refer to my face like that again. Made me feel like my face was like the Grand Canyon. But you get what I mean. It's very blurring and pore filling. I am now officially powdered. And I feel like my skin looks really good, actually. I really like the way it looks. But now we need to bronze, highlight, and blush. And for that, Mark picked out the Urban Decay Naked Flushed Palette. This one is in the style Streak or Streak Flushed, but it's got a bronzer, a highlight, and a blush in it, all in one. I thought it was funny whenever he picked out a highlighter and was looking for a bronzer, and then he cheated and got help, and this was suggested for him, so he was like, oh, well, I can get to put back the highlighter. That was funny. This is really nice looking, but I usually enjoy just about every Urban Decay package that I come across, so this is really no surprise for me. And it's pink on the back, and that's cool too. And these are the shades that are in it. Now I'm gonna use my Morphe M462 brush and go into this bronzer shade here. I've gotta say, this is a pretty decent sized mirror on here too, for it being just a bronzer highlighting blush palette. Wow, a lot of kickback. It's weird, it looks a lot warmer on my face than it does in this palette. It almost looks like I put a blush on my face. For you 10% of boys that watch my channel, if you use bronzer, do you bring it down into your beard? I like to, because I feel like it, I don't know, it adds something. It almost brings back my beard once I add foundation. I'm also gonna take some of that bronzer on an M208 brush and use that to add a little bit of definition to my nose. Almost like nose contouring before I get to the contour. Just to help make it look a little more natural, so it's not such a harsh contour. This started lifting up my foundation. So now the left side of my nose has like slips where it's moved around. Man, wonder if I can drag them back up. Is that possible? Nope, I'm just making it worse. I gotta stop. Man, that was going so good. My skin looked so great. I'm gonna see if I can put this back. Oh, it's working. Okay. Whew. Okay, so change of plans. I'm gonna use the same brush that I was going to use in the bronzer for my nose. Still doing the same thing, but now instead of dragging, tapping only. Now that the bronzer is done, I'm gonna use my Morphe M104 blush brush and go into the blush with the blush brush and go ahead and apply that to my cheeks. You know, he did do a pretty good job at picking colors that I would use. Now I'm gonna use the Morphe JS4 highlighting brush and go into the highlighter in this palette. It looks like a really pretty highlighter. It looks very champagne-y. It is really hard to stay only in that shade though. Like to just put my brush in here is super difficult. Oh, she cute. She cute. I like that. Okay, I can be happy with that. Can you see it? It's almost like a rose gold sort of shade, but it looks very skin-like on me with this blush especially. Now, the one and only thing that he got that I already had was the product for contour. Okay, now that was every complexion product that Mark picked out. The last thing that he got for complexion was the Ulta Beauty Matte Makeup Setting Spray. This was $10. He couldn't decide between dewy or matte, so he went back and looked at the foundation to see if it was matte or dewy and then tried to follow suit with whatever the foundation was. That was smart on his part. I was proud of him. So let's set this in place and move on to the rest. After much deliberation, the face is completely done. I actually had a slight dilemma. My SD card decided to take a big, huge, giant malfunction on me and would only film in 7-second increments. So if any of what was previously just done and said was all like choppy and weird, that would have been why. I went ahead and reformatted my memory card and started again, and it seems to be doing okay. I think we're good now. So we're gonna go ahead and move on. Now I'm gonna go ahead and work on brows, because luckily my amazing boyfriend got me the Tarte Busy Gal Brows Brow Gel. This is in the shade medium brown and it was $18. If you guys don't know, my normal brow routine consists of the Anastasia Dip Brow Gel and the Anastasia Brow Wiz Pencil, or the Benefit Brow Contour Pro and the 24-hour Brow Setter. Those are almost the same things both ways, kind of, but he was smart and he got me a gel and a pencil. So he remembered how I did my brows, and that means the world to me. So taking this out of the package, it actually looks super cute, just like the setting powder does. Just like the setting powder does. It's super cute. This is in medium brown and it just says tinted brow gel. It doesn't really have any kind of instructions or anything that I can see, just the ingredients. So I'm just gonna put it on my brows. Oh wow, that spoolie is tiny. Wow, I've never used one that small before. Whoa! Okay, the handle is a little flimsy. I can't really like run this through my brows. Maybe I should do it like this way. Oh, there we go. Okay, now I'm getting to know how to use this. This is definitely not dip brow gel. That is not what this is. Now my brows are filled with the brow gel. Now I always pair my brow gel with a brow pencil. So Mark got me the It Cosmetics Brow Power Perfector. He got the shade Universal Taupe. They only had two shades, blonde and Universal Taupe. I've never been a fan of taupe brow products. I don't like that color on me, so I don't understand how taupe is gonna be universal, but we're gonna give it a shot and see if it works. This is a 5-in-1 waterproof powder gel pencil. Powder gel pencil. The 5 products in one is a waterproof brow pencil, a brow enhancing conditioner, a brow brush, a taming brow gel, and a soft fill-in powder. I don't understand how there's all 5 of these in here. The directions say apply soft feathery strokes to fill in your natural brow shape. Finish by lightly brushing through brows with spoolie brush for a natural polished look. See enclosed how-to guide. Ooh, I really like the brow pencil. That's really pretty. It reminds me of my Marc Jacobs pencil eyeshadows. So now I'm gonna take the spoolie side and use this to try and blend this product through the brows. So I think I'm gonna try this again soon without brow gel in it. There are some neighbors that are setting off fireworks, and my poor little dog thinks someone's knocking on the door, so he's barking. Come here, Leaf. Come on. Come here, Leaf. Come on. They're just playing with fireworks. It's okay. It's okay, buddy. Come here. Come here. They're just playing with fireworks. You want to say hi to everyone? Say hello, everyone. Everyone, this is Leaf. He is the man of the house. Say hi, Leaf. Say hi. Say happy 4th of July. Happy Independence Day. He doesn't care. He doesn't care at all. You wanna play with makeup? Do you? Do you wanna play with makeup? Oh, I love you. Okay, get down. I'll leave the door open so you can stay in here with me, okay? I know the fireworks are scary. Okay, brows are done and I'm mostly satisfied. The next product Mark picked out for me is the Urban Decay Eyeshadow Primer. This is in the shade Eden and this was $24. I was so excited when he picked this out. I didn't want to like show my excitement because I didn't want him to know that he was getting anything right or wrong the whole time. But man, I've been wanting some more of this for a while now and I haven't had the chance to get it. So I'm really excited he got it. And before I do prime my eyes, I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys the palette he got because I want to be able to go in with the eyeshadow palette the moment I prime my eyes. He picked out the Tarte Unleashed palette. This was $39 and it actually, I just realized this too, but it comes with a mini mascara, the Big Ego mascara from Tarte. I wanted to show you guys the unit carton that this came in because this is beautiful. I absolutely love this. All these like ferns and flowers and stuff with a pink light on this side, blue light on this side. It's just gorgeous. I love this. And then on the back, it shows all of the shades or some of the shades that are in the palette, and of course all of the ingredients and the details, and that it's cruelty free and vegan, and it's good for 6 months. But you can use the hashtag Tarte Unleashed, which I will be doing. So let's open it up, and the unit carton has a unit carton inside. And this unit carton has the Big Ego Mascara Mini. Gonna be saving that one for later. And then we have the palette itself. Oh, it's so cool! Oh my god! Ah, this is awesome! Oh wow, okay. Look at it, it's holographic! Young, wild, and cruelty-free. This is gorgeous. Oh, and it's super reflective and pink on the back. Yay! I've got to show you close up what this looks like. Oh, it doesn't translate nearly as well on camera. I really wish it did. It looks kind of flat on camera. Man! Well, in person, this looks literally 3D. Like, it looks like the words are popping out at you. Oh, I wish I could show you what this looks like. And when we open the palette, we have the little plastic piece, but this time it has printing on it. And it shows Tarte Unleashed with little ferns. Oh, and the palette itself smells like chocolate, just like every other Tarte palette I have. And those are the shades. Wow. It looks like mainly warm neutrals, some berry tones in there, that blue, that pop of blue. And all the shade names have some kind of animal name. I'm not gonna do swatches of this palette. Unless you guys wanna see a review of this palette, let me know in the comments below. I'm not gonna do a full review right now because we have a lot of products still to use. But the names of the shades in this palette are Swan Song, Oh Dear, Hypocritical, Bare Necessities, Qualified, Two Can Do It, No Fox Given. I've gotta remember that one. Iguana Love You, Irrelevant, Totally, Your Lion, Monkey Business, Camouflage, Awkward, and Party Animal. This palette is too much. Let's move on. Now I'm gonna go ahead and prime my eyes with the Urban Decay eyeshadow primer in the shade Eden. Okay, I've got the eye I'm starting with primed, and using my Morphe R37 big fluffy blending brush, I'm just gonna go into the shade Oh Dear and start applying that all over my lid just to kind of set the eyeshadow primer in place. Make sure it doesn't crease like it already started to do. Really quick, while I'm thinking about it, I'm gonna go ahead and take some of the Tarte translucent powder and pack that under my eye because I don't know how much fallout, if any, is gonna be in this palette. So I'd rather take the precaution and be prepared for there to be a lot, just in case. You never know, you know? Now that I'm satisfied with that blend, I'm gonna take my Morphe M330 tapered blending brush, and this time I'm gonna go into the shade Koala right here. It's a more mauve, deeper purpley tone than Oh Dear was. And I'm just gonna use that to slightly deepen up the crease, but not quite all the way. And you know, so far this palette is performing just about as well as every other Tarte palette I've used. I love the way the Tarte palettes smell. They always smell like chocolate, and I love that so much. They're not the most like pigmented shadows that I've used, but they always blend really well, and I've never had any issues with them. The shimmers sometimes aren't immediately as bold, metallic, and shiny as you want them to be. Sometimes you might have to spray the brush, sometimes you might even have to use your finger. I still love me some Tarte palettes. Now I'm gonna use my Morphe M431 Bullet Crease Blending Brush, I think is what this one is called. And now I'm gonna go into the shade Bare Necessities right here, the deeper mauve brown, and put that only in my crease. You got the bare necessities, simple bare necessities. Forget about your worries and your time, and it's a bare necessity. Okay, I feel pretty satisfied with the deepening of the crease on this eye. I'm gonna go ahead and cut my crease and I will be right back. Now I think I'm done cutting my crease. Kind of probably went a little overboard, but it's cut. That's all that matters now. Now I'm gonna take the shade Iguana Loves You, that purple shimmer right there. These names just kill me. They're so cute. I'm gonna pack that all over my cut crease. Now I have completely filled in my lid with that shade Iguana Loves You. Now I'm gonna take my Morphe M222 brush and go into the shade Hypocritical right here and use that as an inner corner highlight, but I'm really gonna blow it out. I'm gonna put it not only in the inner corner, but I'm also gonna drag it up probably, I don't know, maybe like a quarter of the way up into my lid. See, the Iguana Love You shade in the pan in the palette looks a little more purple. Now that it's on my eye, it looks like a red, like a brick red terracotta kind of color. And I didn't anticipate that. I didn't really want that, but I have that. See, to me, that looks just more like a purple in this palette. But obviously, that is not what happened. Don't know, got lost in translation somewhere. That's fine though, that's fine. Because we do have a purple that we can use. And now I'm gonna take this flat packing brush from Morphe and go into the shade Swan Song and put that on my brow bone. Now using the Morphe M453 brush, it's a tapered blending brush, I guess. It's very tapered. And I'm gonna go into the shade Camouflage, and I'm gonna use the taper side of the brush and smoke out my lower lash line with that. Okay, now that that's done, that's really it for the eyeshadow portion of the look. I'm gonna go ahead and do the other eye off camera, and once I do, I will be right back. Okay, I'm finished duplicating this eye over to this eye. So now the eyeshadow is completely done. So the next product we have is the Stila liquid eyeliner. This is the Stay All Day waterproof liquid eyeliner, and it is the micro tip. So apparently this is a very tiny tip. And this was $22. This is also in the shade Intense Black. So I'm gonna use this and try and make a little wing. Okay, let's see. Oh, wow. Yeah, that is a very, very tiny liquid liner. Wow. Okay, that is a super fine tip. Wow. Okay. So far so good. I don't think I've ever had a problem speaking that much. Well, I guess I did it again. I made a giant wing for no reason, just because I could, and I did. So now I'm gonna do it on the other side, or at least try to. Okay, liquid eyeliner is applied. Next, Mark got me the Tarte Center of Attention lashes. These were $12, and you can't really see them in this, so let's take them out and you can check them out. Okay, so this is the style of the lashes. I think they're pretty cute. I like them. And since Mark didn't give me lash glue, or nothing came with any, I'm gonna use my own red Aspen lash glue. This is my all-time favorite ride or die lash glue. So I have the lash glue on the lashes. I'm waiting for it to get tacky, and while I am, I'm gonna go ahead and put on the mascara. Now Mark got the Stila Magnum XXX mascara. This was $23, and he actually, you might have already seen it in the video actually, but he found this right beside the micro tip liner and decided that this was gonna be perfect. Wow, this is big. This is, I think, the biggest mascara tube I've got. Jeez, that packaging is so classy looking though. Like, that's bougie. So I'm gonna curl my lashes really quick, and I'm gonna go ahead and put that on first. So since my left lash is currently the lash that's drying, I'm gonna go ahead and start with my left lash. Oh my God. My eye is not big enough to use a wand that big. Wow, I have never in my life seen one that big. That is huge. That is literally not going to fit. I'm not even kidding. I'm so scared to put this by my eye. Well, if you ever wanted to get your top lashes and your bottom lashes all at the same time, this is the wand you need. So now that the mascara is on that eye, I'm gonna go ahead and put the lashes on. Lashes and mascara are officially on, both top and bottom lashes. But now we are on our very last step. We are to lips. Now Mark actually picked out 2 lip products. He picked out the Kylie Matte Liquid Lip Bundle. This is in the shade Mary Jo K, and it is a liquid lipstick and a lip liner. And this was $29. But he also picked out this Lipstick Queen Frog Prince Lipstick Mini, and it is so cute. This was $12, and it was actually when we were going to check out when it was noticed, and it was picked up for me to try. So I think I'm going to officially go with the Kylie lip kit, but I want to try this out because it looks like fun, and I can't help myself. So let's see what this green Frog Prince lipstick from Lipstick Queen looks like on my lips. It is definitely green, that is no doubt. Oh, that is not green. Wow. It's like a really pretty nude color. Well, kind of nude. I mean, it's pink for sure. I don't see how this can be green and then, yeah, that still goes on pink. It doesn't even start to come off as green. Like, you don't even get a green tint at first. That can't be because of heat. That's really cool. Okay, so that's the Lipstick Queen lipstick. Now moving on to the lip kit. That was really fun. I want to use that again later. For best results, fill in your lips with the lip liner, then with 1 coat of matte liquid lipstick. Okay, so this is the lipstick that Mark got me to use with this look. Let's go ahead and start lining the lips with the shade Mary Jo K Lip Liner. Now lips are completely lined, so let's go in with a Mary Jo K matte liquid lipstick right on top of it and see what happens. Oh wow, it smells like cake. Yeah, cake. Now I know we've already done this, but since I just finished the lipstick, it just feels right to go ahead and set my face one more time with the Ulta Beauty Matte Setting Spray. Because Mark did so good at picking this wonderful spray out, I just have to use it again. And that concludes the conclusion of concluding with setting spray. So with that being everything that Mark picked for me to use for my full face of makeup, what do you guys think? Did he do a good job? I think he did. I think he did a pretty great job. I only had to remind him of like 2 things, I think. And I didn't even really tell him. I was just saying things like, just try to think of the order of the way I apply makeup. And I kept saying things like that. And then he would guess something and I'd be like, no, go back. And eventually he would kind of piece it together and get the right idea. So let's talk about this and see what I liked and didn't like. The Urban Decay De-Slick, definitely not for me. Blech. I don't like it, don't want it. It left like a white coating of something on my skin and it was way too drying for me. For oily skin, probably amazing because it seemed like it would work with oily skin. But for dry skin or normal skin, I wouldn't suggest it. The Benefit Hello Happy Foundation, yes, I like this. My skin looks really good right now with it. I just need to try this with other concealers and other powders and just kind of toy with it a little bit. But I do like the way it sits on my skin and I like the medium coverage build that it gives. Plus I love the fact that it has SPF in it. That's what I love the most about it. That's honestly probably the thing that tipped it over to a yes for me. Cause yeah, it looks good on the skin anyway, but if it didn't have SPF in it, I don't think it would be worth it quite as much for me to be happy about it. But that makes me want to actually recommend it. Plus with it having skin benefits in it, that makes it even better. The Benefit Boing Hydrating Concealer, nope. This was like a grease slick on my face before I set it. And although it actually looks decent now, it's not enough coverage for me. It still left darkness under my eyes. I can still see the darkness under my eyes. And I don't like that. I want something that covers that. So for me personally, I need like probably medium, at least medium coverage. It is cool that it has skin benefits. It's interesting how it's made. I've never seen anything like that in a concealer form. So that was kind of cool, and it's cool that it has the vitamins in it that it does, but still not for me. The Tarte Shape Tape Setting Powder. I did like this. It made like this blurry veil over my face and set my makeup very, very well. It seems to be a pretty great translucent powder. It's really hard for me anyway to find a translucent powder that doesn't really work, because most of the time for me, as long as it's finely milled and as long as it's translucent, typically it works. That's really all I need in a translucent setting powder. The Urban Decay Naked Flushed Streak Palette. This is cute. I really do like this. this. I like that it's small enough that I can put it in my makeup bag and carry it with me to school, and the fact that it has bronzer, blush, and highlight all in one, but they're all good shades. And the highlight was really great too. The bronzer was much warmer than I thought it was gonna be, especially by what it looked like in the pan, but it still wasn't too warm, and it looks really good on my skin, and I really like this palette. Then the Ulta Beauty Matte Setting Spray, definitely recommend because it smells super refreshing. That is no doubt for sure mattifying. Then the Tarte Busy Gal Brows Brow Gel. I actually liked this. It reminded me of the Dip Brow Gel from Anastasia Beverly Hills. That is my tried and true. I use it every time I do my brows, and it reminded me a lot of it, just less pigmented and less gel-like. It didn't run through my brows quite as easily. I kind of had to force it in more. And the spoolie in this is not quite as firm, so I can't like grab my brows and brush the product through. I have to work it into the brows without giving it the chance to bend, essentially. But I'm recommending for the fact that it does what it says it's supposed to do, and it does it well because it works and it looks good. Although it is still not my favorite. It is not what I'm gonna reach for every time. Then the It Cosmetics Brow Power Perfector. I think I like this. This one, I'm not gonna give a recommend or a not recommend because I don't know yet. I need to use this without a brow gel and see what I think about it then. I will update you guys later. If you want to know, leave me a comment down below if you do. If not, I'll just use it by myself and see if I like it. But I really do like this so far, based on the fact that I was able to apply it and it went on creamy and it wasn't waxy, and I was able to move it around freely through my brows except for where I had brow gel. I just can't say yay or nay yet, and I don't want to recommend it without knowing. Then the Urban Decay Eyeshadow Primer Potion. You know from what I said in the video earlier, yes, definitely would recommend because I wanted this again for a long time. I just never got it again because I had the P. Louise base. I don't like this more than the P. Louise base. I will say that. Only because this is a thicker formula and it doesn't seem like it blends out as nicely and as flat. But I still would recommend this because I really do like it still. Now the Tarte Unleashed palette. Yes, 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 hands down yes. If you don't want a colorful palette. This is not a colorful palette. If you were looking for one, if you were in the market for one, this is not one of them. Don't buy this. This is gonna be more of your natural-esque looks with a slight pop of color every now and then if you want it, because it has a blue and a turquoise. That's the most pop of color you're really gonna get out of here. The Stila Stay All Day Waterproof Eyeliner with the micro tip. Definitely recommend. If you aren't gonna make a wing like this, I would definitely recommend it, even if you are gonna make a wing like this. But my point being is that it's a smaller tip, so you don't want to do a bunch of artwork with it or like a giant wing with it because it just takes longer to fill in. Oh, one that I missed was the NYX Pro Contour palette. I've had this forever. I would buy it over and over again. I really do like this one, and I'll probably always continue to use this one. Definitely recommend this, especially if you're on a budget and you want to practice contouring and highlighting. Now the Tarte Tartist Pro lashes in the style Center of Attention. They're too big for me, honestly. I mean, I've probably worn bigger. I just don't know if I like this style of lashes, honestly. Then the Stila Magnum XXX Mascara. Definitely not for me. There is no way. Like, this was so hard to use for me because my eyes are like huge, you know? This wand is so big. If you have really big eyes, like the space between your lashes is as big as this wand is, then this would probably be perfect for you, and this is probably what you've been waiting for all your life. And I'm so sorry that you've had to deal with all these little lash wands that you've had to deal with. And I'm so excited for you that you have this one now. So no, not for me. Now, the Lipstick Queen Frog Prince Lipstick. I love this. This might be like a little gimmicky or whatever because it's green and turns to pink, obviously, but it's cute. I like that. I like the little gimmicky cute stuff. I mean, I could have this in my makeup bag. Maybe I'm showing off some of my makeup, then somebody's like, oh, what's this lipstick? Then they open it up and they're like, ugh, why do you have a green lipstick? Who would ever wear that? Then I can be like, me. And then I can put it on and be like, look, it's pink, you know? It's a whole moment, it's a whole thing, it's a conversation piece, it's fun, I like it. I'm glad he got this one for me. Then last but not least, we have the Kylie Matte Liquid Lipstick and Lip Liner Lip Kit. I really like this. I think the lip liner was a little too pink for the lipstick, I feel like it should have been a little more red than what it was because it did end up being a little bit more pink, but I think they worked beautifully together in the end. Just when I was putting the lip liner on and looking at it by itself, I was like, oh, is this lipstick gonna be pink? Then I put the lipstick on and it was red. So just kind of confused me for a second, that's all. But it does look beautiful on. I live for a red lip. I love a red lip moment. I think it's a very nice statement, and I always love a moment like that. And that is everything. That is every product that Mark got me today for this full face of boyfriend picks my makeup video. I hope you guys had so much fun hanging out with both of us this time. I know I had a lot of fun with it, and it was fun to watch him run around like a chicken with his head cut off in Ulta trying to find me a full face of makeup, and I hope you guys enjoyed that part too. If you want to see this look and more looks like them, you can follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and Snapchat. My username is the same for everything. It is simply ChristopherJMUA, and if you gain nothing out of watching any of my videos, at least gain this, and that is to always remember and to never forget that you're beautiful. Bye guys.